Speaking Coaches React. And we're live. My name is Will Greenblatt. I'm the CEO of Outloud Speakers School.
And I'm Max Beaumond. I'm the founder and president of Potato Chip Communications.
Yeah, so we're going to be reacting to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon win original screenplay. This is their acceptance speech. Have you seen this clip before or have watched it recently?
I haven't. No, this is the first time. I just thought it would be fun. We check out some new acceptance speeches and give people our thoughts.
Let's do it. Yeah. And there's so much to be learned from these great moments that become historical because of some kind of emotion or some kind of words that they use that made people remember it. And this came from a list of the top 10 Oscar acceptance speeches. So we don't actually know what makes it so compelling. And I guess we'll break that down.
We'll find out. Yeah. Okay. Looking forward to it.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
And the Oscar goes to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Yeah!
Yeah, look how shocked they are.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are childhood friends. They appeared together in Chasing Amy and Good Will Hunting, for which Damon received a Best Actor nomination.
They look like,
this is their first Academy Award.
Or, university students, eh?
What's that?
They look like high school or university students, eh? Like they're so young looking.
So young here. Yeah. This is what, 24 years ago? Wow.
24 years ago. 1997 was 24 years ago. Jesus.
Wild.
That's crazy. Can we pause for a sec?
Yeah.
I want to look at that body language of them going up on the stage.
Definitely.
You can tell right away from their body language. I often say this to clients that I'm coaching, is that your speech doesn't actually start the minute you start talking. It starts the minute that the eyes go to you. So the minute that they said Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, all the cameras and all the people in the audience start looking at them. And so all of their body language and reactions and everything before they even start talking is already telling a story. And their body language there, that clip that you're playing now, they have this sort of like, oh my God, I can't believe we're getting this. And from what I remember historically, what do you see in the way that they reacted first before they even say anything?
No, it's true. It's almost like, looking back at it, they're almost like in shock.
Yeah.
And they just seem extremely appreciative. Like like their emotions just seem extremely genuine. Like this is like, wow. Like just the way they're interacting with the people on stage and how they were kissing and hugging the people next to them. Like you could tell it's joy and appreciation. And they're just, showing a lot of signs of physical demonstrative love.
For sure. And a beautiful moment where that sort of like group hug kiss or something. I'm not sure who it was, if it was one of their mums or something, but before that, they actually took their time. They didn't just run up there and abandon everyone to be like, let's go bask in our glory. They spent some time with their family and their loved ones and really had a human moment there. That makes it really kind of relatable and makes you like them more than if they were just like, yeah, I'm going to go get my award.
Totally.
Totally. So much more human.
Very human. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Let's do it. Great move by the presenter there to be like, please walk over here.
Right.
Like showing them with the arm. So many facilitators are like, how do I, get people up on stage? And it's like, you got to be clear with them. Show them where you want.
Exactly. Show them exactly where you can do it.
Yeah.
You can communicate so much without your words, right?
Just that. Yeah. That's the universal language for please go over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Suck and winning would be really scary, and it's really, really scary. We're just really two young guys who we're fortunate enough to be involved with a lot of great people.
Look at Matt Damon's
it's coming upon us.
So happy, right?
It's hilarious. He's so happy.
He's pumped.
And he's so. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you notice what Ben Affleck said right away, and how he just sort of he just sort of expressed his vulnerability in a way. He's just he doesn't look. He looks nervous up there. He looks a little like.
This is what made them stars, right? Neither of them were big before this, as I remember. Maybe Matt Damon was. Did he do Saving Private Ryan before this?
Maybe. This might have been their first sort of big.
But this certainly, I think, made Ben Affleck a star.
Weird
as I
to see him
remember.
before a star, right?
Yeah. Well,
He's
because they
always,
don't look like stars here. They don't have the like, Ben Affleck doesn't have the Batman shoulders yet, or like,
yeah,
they don't have this star quality. They really have like real, two
yeah.
dudes from Boston quality there. And
Totally.
yeah, and
Totally.
it's
Look how Ben Affleck's carrying himself, even just with his shoulders and his hands in front of him, and
look how
his
high his
facial
shoulders are.
expressions. Right? He
Yeah.
doesn't look as relaxed as you'd see him, like you said. Now.
Totally. Yeah, that and there is something. So what do you think about that in terms of like vulnerability versus confidence? Like that's a thing a lot of people I have questions for me with. They're like, if I'm too vulnerable, as in like if I showed how I was really feeling, I would be kind of hunched over and scared. And if I said how I was feeling, I'd tell everybody that I was scared. And so, yeah, I'm just wondering, as a communication coach, what do you tell people when they're trying to struggling with this, like whether to be kind of real or project confidence?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting question, because I think you should be doing a little bit of both, really, because I think projecting confidence actually a lot of the time makes you feel more confident.
Right.
So a lot of the time when I feel like, and there's been a couple of TED Talks on this, a really popular one by Amy Cuddy, where she talks about
Power posing.
Power posing, and when
Yeah.
you actually stand up straight with your shoulders back and display an open sort of body, you start feeling a little more confident yourself. So I
Totally.
don't think that necessarily means you have to be fake or you're faking it. And I think what Ben Affleck's doing is good, and just saying, I think he said, I'm nervous. Like this is crazy. Like expressing your emotions in an honest way with your words, I
And
think is a great thing.
yes, and also important to remember objectives.
Mm-hmm.
The objective of this speech is not to like, hey, please buy something from me afterwards, or
Yeah.
please invest $1 million into me and trust that I will do good things with your money. So for a lot
Mm-hmm.
of our clients, they're doing a sales pitch or a presentation, and they want something from the audience after they're done. This is just pure gratitude. They don't need to sell anything. They've already won the prize. They've already got their desired outcome. So they can kind of be as vulnerable as they want, because there's nothing they need from the audience anymore.
Exactly.
So
although when you are vulnerable, I do find that helps you connect with your audience as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Which brings the audience's guards down, which in turn allows them to sort of be more engaged with you.
Absolutely.
So anyway, let's see what these guys have to say. Let's do it.
There's no way we're doing this in less than 20 seconds. Upon whom it's incumbent of us to thank Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie. Gus Van Sant for brilliant direction. Robin Williams, who delivers the script lines. Minnie Driver, who's performed some brilliant Stellan Skarsgård, who was great.
Your brother, Robin
my brother Casey, who's brilliant in the movie. Cole Hauser, my mother,
John
and Matt's mother, the most beautiful women here.
My dad right over there.
And
Jack said hi to you.
And
All right.
Like, I love their banter. They're just sort of going back and forth, and almost talking over each other, and just like two normal dudes.
Exactly.
Having a conversation with their audience, right?
It doesn't have to be polished. It doesn't have to be like, and we would like to thank our sponsors, and then like passing it off. I see a lot of people in double presentations or double pitches try to do that. They try to make it super like, I'm going to finish talking and now it is my partner's time.
Yeah. Very robotic.
Yeah. And it feels very robotic. And
this is so natural, right? They're just like two guys just super excited and just expressing that excitement in a genuine way.
Yeah, wearing very, very 90s cut tuxes.
Tuxes, exactly.
The tuxes would be way more slimmer fitting nowadays.
Right, and you get to, Ben Affleck's not polished, right? When he's speaking, he's sort of stumbling over his words. He's clearly, he's nervous. He's excited. He's just full of emotion.
That's always been their brand too. And one thing that I actually really like about both them as actors, they're very, very natural. They're natural in a way, kind of that Robert De Niro is too, but it's not about how can I show the strongest emotion. It's how can I be just as true and real to this moment and what I'm saying. And I think it's because they have those values in their own life. And you can see it played out here. This is the Ben Affleck and Matt Damon that you see on the stage. We recognize that from their films, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's so true. And that probably was why they're so good at what they do, right? Because they're able to embody those real sort of values and their real emotions.
Yeah, they make every character just who they are, but so Batman is just Ben Affleck with like $1 billion. So and I guess jujitsu skills.
Exactly.
And Matt Damon in Jason Bourne is just Matt Damon is just going, okay, if I had the power to like kick everyone's ass, how would I act? But you still recognize the same guy. It's still still makes it like himself.
Exactly.
So it's like be who you are on stage, off stage, and everywhere.
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
John Gordon from Miramax.
Chris Moore produced the movie. And
Chris Moore.
Patrick Weitzel, the best agent in Hollywood.
Yeah, Patrick Weitzel.
And Cuba Gooding for showing us how to give our acceptance speech. And
see what he's doing there?
They're playing off each other's energy there as well. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say they're playing off each other's energy, but then they're also making fun of their own energy.
Right.
He's like, and then this person, and then this person. And then Ben Affleck is like, oh, this is hilarious how we're shouting. So I'm going to do it in a joking way.
Exactly.
And just kind of owning that they sound a little funny, but that it's all part of the moment.
What do you think about, because obviously they're incorporating humor in their presentation. And I'm a big fan of if that's who you are, incorporating some humor. How do you think about self-deprecating humor and sort of like making fun of yourself in a presentation?
It's great. It usually, like, sometimes I'll see somebody who is too self-deprecating, or it's fake self-deprecation. They'll be like, oh yeah, what do I know? I'm just the CEO of a blah blah blah. And you're kind of like, that's not real.
That's not real.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But making fun of yourself in a good-hearted way, and in a way that's not like actual self.
Like, I'm really a bad person. Like, you don't want to, nothing like that. But it's just,
or I really don't believe I'm worth standing up here and talking to you. That's no fun either, because then you're just like, your heart goes out to them, and you're like, no, you are enough, and you are fine. You don't have to, like, people who are too self-deprecating, and I find a lot of Canadians have this just as a cultural
balance, because they're doing it in a very subtle way, right?
They're doing it in a fun way. They're like, we're a little giddy right now. We're a little goofy because we're so happy, and that's great. That's fun. That's fine.
Totally.
Takes a lot of confidence.
This is a quick one. There's only 16 seconds left. We'll get through the rest, and we'll give our closing thoughts.
All our friends and family, and everybody back in Boston watching us tonight.
And thank you so much to the city of Boston, and God, I know we're forgetting somebody.
Whoever we forgot, we love you, and we
love you. Thank you so much.
And that's so great. Is just everybody back in Boston. They made a film about Boston, and I think this goes to the idea of like having a bigger story as to why you do what you do. So like them winning that Oscar, it's not just for them, it's for a whole city, And when there's a story connected to what you do, it feels bigger and feels more good to root for from the audience. So when they're like everyone back in Boston, and then everybody obviously from Boston who feels happy for that will get behind it, but also other people will be like, that's so awesome, they're doing it for their hometown.
And it's so cool that they get to do it together as well. Like, these two guys get to share this moment together.
Couple of bros, I mean, that's kind of the dream, right? That you accomplish this huge thing with your buddy from back home, and you guys get to do this. I mean, it's incredible that they've stayed friends all these years. I know. It's really amazing.
So that was an awesome speech. That was really cool. And there's a reason I think it's on that top 10 list. It's just the amount of energy they brought, the raw vulnerability and emotion, the humor. This was sort of like their turning point into shooting into superstardom. There's a lot of moments here that make for like a classic acceptance speech.
Totally. And what I really want to emphasize to anyone watching is how unpolished but great it is.
Exactly.
Like I'm a huge fan of unpolished but real and emotional and exciting. You don't have to be word perfect. You don't have to have all your shit together. But if you just come out with like energy and emotion and passion, and then the audience will forgive all sorts of mess ups.
Exactly. And that's where I think me and you where our values sort of align when it comes to public speaking. Totally. And also what I liked, last point for me, is just how they showed appreciation to everyone who was involved. Like, thank you so much. We love everyone. Like, we love this person and this person. I think there's something about when public speaking and doing presentations, when you're showing gratitude and appreciation, there's something about the audience appreciating that as well, because it kind of shows a sign of humility and I think your audience can relate to that too.
Totally.
So should we check out another one?
Let's do it. That was fun.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.